Welcome back to this episode on Reacher. The latter is this riveting episode. This chapter tries to up the ante by killing off two characters we haven't had much time to get to know or care about. Rookie DEA Agent Eliot, misreader of maps and denier of cigarettes, and mildly flirtatious French maid Annette, baker of pies and changer of sheets. This comes after a warehouse shootout that further depletes Beck and Quinn's stock of unmemorable henchmen. Reacher purposefully spares the last of them, a bearded and ponytailed troll named Harley, Fletcher. It's more like foreshadowing because of how much Eliot's gory boot-stomp murder has been hinted at. Duffy is solely to blame for the child's death, even though he was simply too stupid for this harsh world. She even tells Eliot's father a falsehood about his death. The fact that Reacher keeps Duffy's DEA badge after she loses it while running for cover during the warehouse skirmish also serves as a red herring for a few sequences in the episode. Reacher puts the badge in his pillowcase when he gets back to Manse Beck, which seems much riskier than simply hiding it on his Land Cruiser-sized body. Paulie hasn't praised him in a few episodes. Perhaps that's a benefit of Reacher being promoted to head of security. Given that he had previously seen Annette looking through his room, did Reacher place the badge there in the hopes that she would discover it? It certainly seems unexpected that Annette was discovered to have been an ATF spy. Indeed, it is reminiscent of the Lee Child Reacher novel Persuader, which is the source of this season's adaptation. The scene in which Zachary Beck's domestic chef Agnes tells Reacher that the coffee she just gave him is hot as hell, black as pitch, and that it's some posh brand that has been through a cat's digestive tract is not included in the book. At first, Reacher says, "It tastes like coffee." However, his wits appear to have been roused a moment later as he slapped down one of the two new toadies at Beck's kitchen table for making a crude comment about Annette. A cat's asshole, reflects Reacher. The main issue with Reacher's third season, which is already more than half gone, is that it still hasn't managed to make its big bad, Xavier Quinn, frightening. Clowns like Zachary Beck may easily trick him when he forces lesser criminals to work for him. He gets meatheads like Paulie and self-destructive idiots like Angel Doll when he hires people personally. The most dreadful and hateful enemy we've encountered is Harley, who boasts as he and Reacher kill one of the warehouse shootout victims that he once allowed a disabled man to drown while the man pleaded with Harley to shoot him. Harley uses the phrase the Neptune Society to refer to the disposal of bodies in water. He thinks it's too clever. Reacher sets up an ambush to prevent Cooper from getting to the Beck house by taking advantage of the blackout. He escapes by informing Beck that he will look for dangers on the trip. The homeowner who has lived here for years is informed by the house guest who arrived a few days ago that it's the only way in or out of here. This man is always with the Reacher-splaining. Reacher stops Villanueva and informs the DEA agent that they will flip his vehicle to create a roadblock. He reassures Villanueva that after he round the bend, Cooper will most likely have enough distance to stop his own vehicle before it hits Villanueva's. Reacher asserts that math is always correct. For this diversion to be effective, why must Villanueva stay inside the wrecked car? For that reason, don't talk. After shooting Cooper, Reacher returns to the blacked-out Beck house and learns that a traitor has been found among them during a search. He believes that Duffy's badge has been located, but it turns out that Annette was in possession of a secure government messaging device. This is the device that Reacher had in Persuader, rather than a standard, noisy phone. By saying that he is only angry because Paulie killed Annette before he could question the spy, Reacher is able to hide his disgust at her passing. Paulie seems indifferent to the killing, saying it was an accident since the 400-pound giant simply gave the small girl a slightly too hard smack. Sorry, he says. He is assigned the gruesome task of dragging Annette's body outside and discarding it into the ocean as soon as he is able to stand again. Harley goes with him, while griping that he will have to find out how to place an internet ad for a new maid. "I'm not Steve Jobs," he says. When Reacher silences him with the identical punch he used on Paulie, we're still considering how absurd it is that Beck would assign him this duty, or even that Quinn would allow Beck to hire a different housekeeper. A man half his size is more affected by it than a man twice his size. Richard informs Reacher that he is aware that Reacher disposed of Annette's body when he visits his room. What a waste of his substitute father figure. Additionally, he informs Reacher that it's acceptable for him to be terrified of Paulie, something that Reacher disputes. He claims, "I simply haven't figured him out yet." As this horrific season progresses, Reacher is starting to resemble Dexter. An additional ridiculous plot detail that is directly taken from the novel is that Reacher and Duffy discover exactly what illegal activity Beck is involved in since Annette was ATF. Given that Zachary's workplace is virtually a firearms museum and that he has shown an uncommon level of interest in the particular make and model of heat his competitors are packing, saying they're running guns, not drugs, isn't exactly a Kaiser Soze grade revelation. Given how swiftly Paulie killed Annette, Reacher now believes that Duffy's missing informant, Teresa Daniels, may already be dead in that same loud speakerphone conversation with Duffy. Anyway, thank you for being with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on our channel at Bullseye's Movies.